Welcome to the first Hino Hub of 2022. So let me do a little bit of a sell job on you, my words, for this season. I've even got my little button here called Back to Normal, because we are, after all the COVID dramas and all the rest of it, 2022, we're back to what we know supercars to be. So let's go through some of the key points. 32, well, it's probably going to be maybe around 32, 34 races this year. 12 events across Australia everywhere. Okay, not ACT, but you could argue if that's a state or not. But we go everywhere and we're going back to New Zealand, so that's really cool. Now, 727 racing laps, 5,900 kilometres of racing you're going to see, 25 drivers this year across 13 teams, 9 Fords and 16 Holdens. We're going to street circuits, we're going to permanent circuits, and of course our favourite, we're going to Bathurst. Can't wait for that as always. But grab your popcorn, sit down for the year, because for me there's probably 5 really big ticket items. Now there's many, many stories, many more than that, but 5 really big ones lock into this year to watch what plays out. And none bigger than this one, number 1 by a mile, is the profound changes in the 888 racing structure. The most successful team of the modern era by a mile. Roland Dane, I don't care which way you want to cut the cake, he is 888, full stop. Great people all around him, but he has driven that team, love him or hate him, with conviction the whole time. He barks, but he's fair. Well, he's gone. He's replaced now by Jamie Whincup. Different style of guy altogether, our greatest driver ever. We're going to watch with great interest. But the change doesn't stop there, because Jamie's no longer driving. He's replaced by young Brock Feeney, a star of the future. Martin Short, he's now replaced the engineer that was on Jamie. And then we've got David Couch, who was the engineer over here on Shane van Gisbergen. He's gone, replaced by Andrew Edwards. So that is massive change at the top end of 888. So it's going to be fascinating to see what plays out there. The second thing is this re-emergence of Walkenshaw Andretti Racing. Now, if you're a Holden Racing fan, because this team really is the ex-Holden Racing team fan, Tom Walkenshaw there, the team is the ex-Walkenshaw Racing, Holden Racing team. So if you're a red shirt wearer, a red jacket wearer, and I know there's a lot of you, you should really be tucked in behind this team. Now, when Tom passed, Ryan stepped into the fold, and Ryan said he was going to build this team back to greatness, and he started doing that, and I commend him for it. He buddied up with Andretti, buddied up with Zach Brown, and he built this empire. Walkenshaw Andretti United, and man, they are on the march. So they signed this guy, Mostert. They signed this guy for this year, Nick Percat. Really excited, and remember, they won Bathurst last year, and they were quickest just then yesterday in practice too. They are on the march. Watch for what happens there. Is it the re-emergence? And are we going to see now the re-emergence of particularly Davey Reynolds and Penrite Racing? So Penrite across 2 cars, change of ownership. Davey Reynolds, clearly a talent, but you know, for us, he's lost a little bit of his mojo the last couple of years. He is temperamental. He'll tell you that himself. They've signed Lee Holdsworth, a great team player. They've gone and got David Couchy from 888 Racing. He's now the team principal. So Kellys are gone, and we wish them farewell. They've contributed a lot to our sport, but this is a whole new look team with the Grove boys. Stephen and Brendan, ripping good guys, great contributors to our sport. They're racers, so we look forward to the re-emergence of that team. Watch it closely. Then, of course, the other big story, the young guns. I reckon we're seeing the changing of the guard. Look at this. Some real good young talent, all potential race winners here. Anton De Pasquale, Tom Randall, Will Brown, Kostecki, Brock Feeney, Cam Waters. And in fact, just to point that out, the average age in the paddock, if you go back to 1991, was 41, not the paddock, when I say paddock, I mean the pit lane, 41 years old. Now it's 30 years old. So I reckon we are seeing the changing of the guard. But the most exciting thing for me, and I mean this sincerely, in my recent memory, I can't recall a time where this championship has been more wide open. Probably because of what's happened up there at 888 and the real work that's been done down pit lane. Changing of drivers and teams and engineers. I've put up here for you, these are all the race winners that have lined up, that are lining up today that from our championship. Now, out of those, you know, Anton's a championship contender, Chaz Mostert is, Van Gisbergen is, Cam Waters is, Will Davo maybe, and the rest of them, you know, Nick Percat, Mark, these are all podium contenders. So have a look at that, pick your favourite, because I really do believe it is wide open right through the course of this year.